computer. Share my screen. Kill a calendar. Okay, you guys all see me?
Yep.
All right, good. All right, I do a little different this time. I'm just going to go by when they were submitted. So, Jim, I guess you did the earliest submission, Jim Bowman.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's go that way.
That's nice.
Very
yeah, I decided I would take a couple of, I guess, efforts at trying to kind of become a portrait photographer. And these are my attempts at portrait photography. This was a number of years ago, but in Mexico. All of these are kind of like maybe call it street photography.
Mhm.
Nice.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah,
That's nice.
great.
You've got, I mean, the story in her face is amazing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So did she know, Jim, that you were taking a picture of her?
Yes.
She did.
But I just let her kind of move around and just be natural. And I waited for a moment, so to speak.
Uh-huh.
Because not, it's hard to take this as street photography. In other words, you don't really pose them.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
You just
And
you go with the flow, and you go with what they seem kind of willing to do.
Mhm.
And so you just take a pose where you can.
Great picture. Great picture.
Yes.
Very nice.
Pretty good.
Yeah, and it's amazing. The scarf and headpiece that she's got is interesting in itself. And it just happened that's what she's wearing. I guess
Yeah.
you didn't have a chance to pick her wardrobe.
Right. Right. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
excellent.
So this was taken in Oaxaca. I know some of you have probably been there.
Right.
Long time ago.
A
Nice.
long time ago. So, okay, you can go to the next.
Oh, great picture.
So this guy was in central Mexico in the state of Michoacan. And he's what they call a Tarascan. And all of these are Indian people, by the way. So although some of them you wonder, but maybe have a lot of mixed blood too.
Mhm.
But this guy just came up and was eating an apple or an orange or something, and decided that he was going to show me his apple. And so that was the way that kind of it turned out.
So he approached you. He saw you with your camera and approached.
Well, I just said, oh, well, you take my picture too,
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's always nice when they volunteer.
Yeah, so some do, some don't,
Mhm.
but so it's kind of like you've got to be quick to get, you can't really dilly-dally.
Mhm.
And but there it is. So there's not much you can say other than his face is extraordinary,
Mhm.
and his hat,
Yeah.
and his serape.
A lot of textures going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, his beard, his mustache, everything. Yeah. Wonder if you maybe just bring up these little catch lights a little bit to get a little more eye contact.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry.
No problem.
let's see here. What do I get? How do I get it back? There. Okay. I'm back.
All right. Let's run the next
Okay,
one.
so this was also the Tarahumaras. I don't know if you know, Tarahumaras live about 500 miles south of El Paso, approximately. And so this was during their Easter celebration. And so the guys in the background are doing a ceremonial dance and with the drum. And here was in this just a kind of group of women with their kids and kind of like just they're doing their thing. They're doing life, talking and enjoying the festival.
Good shot.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's one thing I keep looking at, and that's, oh, I gotta get my cursor up. It's that little thing coming out of her lip here.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
could-
I would definitely
Well,
just,
yeah, her hair
Yeah.
kind of flips.
yeah, it looks like a piece of hair or something. Yeah,
Yeah. And so I guess I should kind of like take a little care to get rid of that. Yeah, that would be easy.
very easy.
So, Jim, did you take this picture in black and white, or you turned it? Or
Yeah. Yes, I took this in black and white,
okay, I like it.
but there are other pictures that I've taken that are more the color, but it just seems to work out better when they're in black and white for some reason.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
their colors of their dresses and stuff probably would pull your attention.
Yeah,
to that.
they wear very bright clothes and
Mhm.
all like their headdress, for example, is all very colorful. Bright reds, yellows, greens.
Where putting it in the black and white makes you more look at the people themselves.
Yeah, I
right,
agree.
people, composition, darks and lights.
Yeah.
I may have mentioned this before, but if you have a mirrorless camera, or maybe even if you don't, but for sure in the mirrorless cameras, you can pick the black and white mode in your different modes that you can set up.
Yeah, I can set my camera for black and white.
Yeah, and if you leave it in RAW, it'll still give you the color RAW image. But when you're composing and exposing, you can see the black and white image. It's generally a little flatter than what you'd like as a finished product, but it kind of gives you a nicer visual reference of what you're getting.
Right.
Yeah, it's just kind of nice if you're intending to shoot black and white at that particular time.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, I definitely. I'll try that next time.
Yeah, but if you keep it in RAW, then you got the option of doing either. Because you'll get a
Mhm.
color RAW image, even if you have black and white selected. There we go.
Yeah, so this is a traditional Tarahumara man. His name is Chavo. And just this is the way traditionally now they're beginning to transition out of the old traditional dress into kind of like a more of a cowboy look.
Mm.
But this is really an amazing kind of example of how Tarahumaras, just as recently as the 80s, 90s, and well, not 90s so much, but 80s, and then,
Mhm.
back. So I got for example, the Tarahumaras had a film done about 1930s by some anthropologists, and they really just they looked identical the way these guys looked.
Hmm.
But
Is this in the Copper Canyon, Jim?
Yes, the Copper Canyon, exactly. But
okay.
this is the highlands. These are
Okay.
the highland groups, and then there's a lowland group that that is more, I say, acculturated to Western ways. The lowlanders, the
Mhm.
Copper Canyon, closer, who live at the bottom of Copper Canyon, but up here in this highland area, they're still hanging on to their traditional ways.
Mhm.
So
How do you-
these are indigenous Mexicans then, is that right?
Right. Yeah. These are called Tarahumara's.
Primary. So
Could
are
you-
they, the picture makes him look like he's very short. Are they short people?
Yes. Yes.
They are. And I'm looking at his feet.
Right.
Is that a sandal?
Yes.
it's-
Yeah. And these are the guys who run. I don't know if you've heard of they
Oh, yeah.
run endurance races.
Yes, I've heard that, yeah.
Yeah. And
Barefoot.
I think I heard Nike is getting into the game with the Tarahumaras because they're really famous for it. And they run 3 days without stopping,
Oh my gosh.
except for to get a drink of water and a little glass of what they like a powdered, maybe, what is it? It's a kind of a gruel, and it's made out of corn gruel, I guess it is.
for
Wow.
sale?
So they run just day and night for 3 days.
Oh.
And they kick a ball, a little, like a hard ball, and they run down the field, and then they get it, and but they run through the canyons and through the valleys and through up. It's like an up and down endurance race.
Hmm. Pretty amazing. So did you go down by rail or did you drive down?
Drove down.
Oh, okay. No incidents or problems
No,
with your car?
no, there's not a lot of, not in this area.
Mhm.
You can go into certain areas that there's a lot of problems, but
Yeah,
this
because
particular
last time we
area-
checked, they said, don't leave a car anywhere. You'll find it on blocks at best.
Right.
If you get on the rail and you come back, so.
Oh, on
I
the
was just
rail.
curious.
Oh, right.
Well,
Yeah.
this was maybe 6 months before COVID, so I don't know what it's like now or how it is, but that was.
Yeah. No, I think I would just keep moving.
Yeah, because we were thinking of taking the train tour.
Should
down.
be.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but probably I can do trips to Copper Canyon without getting out of the car even, so
Mhm.
you can do one, you can get them without having to bring your car.
Mhm. Yeah, I've seen that too. Either they go by bus down to the border, or they some of them even
Right,
start in Tucson by
exactly.
rail.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think you can pick up the rail, I think, in Nogales even.
Yeah, which would be easier. All right, let's look at this next one here.
Yeah, these are Mayan Indians.
Mhm.
So this is the famous Mayan culture, the remnants of the once famous and really vast empire of Mayan Indians. And
Mhm.
so there's a couple of kids that were just hanging out and wanted to show me their doll.
Oh, yeah.
That little thing that she's holding there is like a little, I think she's an ostrich
Mhm.
with a long neck, and
Mhm.
it's a weird kind of an animal, but I was looking at all the paraphernalia behind her too, and it kind of gives you endless source of like bewilderment and entertainment.
And where was this?
This is in Yucatan, the
Oh, okay.
Yucatan Peninsula.
Yeah. Yeah.
Neat.
Excellent. What do you think about maybe toning this edge down just a little bit so you get,
Oh, you mean it's not so bright?
yeah. And maybe bring
Oh,
it
right.
down. And then just maybe selectively bringing the faces up a little bit. I think that would help. Just so you have a little more emphasis.
Okay, good. Yeah,
All right.
that's it.
Thank you.
Good ones.
Very interesting.
Yes. Nice to have a little added culture to our event here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Okay, Alan, you're up.
Okay. Well, this is just a shot from the Canoa Lake. I was down there just as you know, I just got here, so haven't been here for 20 months, and I can't believe how much this area has matured. So
Mhm, yeah.
Isn't it amazing? Yeah, even in the year we've been here, it's really changed.
unbelievable. Anyway, this is a fairly early morning shot, so I just thought it was nice and relaxing to look at. Nice bluey effect over it. Sun just popping over the mountain, and that's
Very
it.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like how you have the tree there on the right side to kind of
Mhm.
push your eye into the picture.
good. Thanks.
Very nice.
Thank you. Yeah, I just like the. It's just an overall easy shot, right? There's nothing special about it, but it's. I felt it quite pleasing just with the colors, I think.
Mhm.
And no snow.
And no snow.
That's right.
No snow,
Little
yeah.
bursts of flowers down here, kind of nice too, and carry.
Now, I could have lightened all that up, I guess, but I think it's a little bit more. Leads your eye, I think, into the middle of the,
Yeah, no, I think it's fine, dark.
Yeah.
You know, it gives
Nice.
us a little edge.
and all the nice effects of the grass, right? So,
Mhm.
yeah, so
Nice.
I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, I don't know if there was any detail in this, but if there is, maybe you can pull a little more up
A little more up.
in that
Okay.
highlight, yeah. Have any of you played around with the new masking in either Lightroom or Camera Raw?
You know, I've tried a little bit with the camera raw masking, and I keep on going back to Photoshop. I'm just more comfortable, I guess, in Photoshop.
Mm.
Okay. Alrighty.
Oh, pretty.
This is just that wetland area to the left of to the north of the lake. And like the last time I saw this is just a big
Yeah.
flat area that they were flooding, and I can't believe the change in it. So I just like everything, the colors and the composition of it, and I added a little painterly type effect to it just to make it a little bit more interesting.
Did you
I love
replace the sky?
I replaced the sky. I didn't like this. I kind of screwed the sky up a little bit, and I couldn't really get it back the way I wanted it, so I just ended up replacing it. Yeah.
Did you do
You
that?
might try a different one because it's not reflecting correctly.
I know that. Yeah, I know that. And I was playing around with it, and I get frustrated with it. And I said, "Well, this is the way it is."
This is it, right?
Next.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Was this
I
in
understand that.
Luminar or Photoshop, the sky replacement?
This was Photoshop replacement. Yeah. I did do it was a painterly effect that kind of messed up the sky. I didn't like it. If you look in the water right at the bottom,
Mhm.
you'll see some kind of dark marks going through it. And that's what was showing up in the sky, and it didn't look right.
Yeah.
I could have went back and reprocessed the whole thing, but at that time I thought, I've had enough. So,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Now, I think it's Luminar that you can also just put the reflection in the water as well.
I tried that, Jim. I tried Luminar, and the reflection works to some degree, but it's not really perfect. So it might be better in a larger area of water, but in this particular case, it was doing something, but it wasn't much better than what we see here. So
Yeah, I think you could have pulled that off as more believable if you darken these highlights down. a
okay,
lot,
yeah.
You know, because there aren't that many.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
should just go back in and go back to the beginning and start from scratch.
Yeah.
Because the original sky wasn't all that bad. It's just when I ended up putting this painterly effect on it that it kind of messed the sky up. So
Well, maybe select the sky out,
yes,
with the painterly effect
yeah,
on the bottom
I
half.
should have masked it out. Yeah,
Yeah, and leave the top natural. That might be just the ticket.
yeah. But what I'm trying to just see here, I guess, is just the nice, beautiful area that's down there. Just can't believe it. Amazing. So yeah, back to the drawing board on this one.
It's got potential though, it really does.
Well, bear with me. I haven't tried camera raw with the new masking.
Okay.
And I just put in the new Photoshop, but let's see if we can see if it's as interactive or intuitive as it is in Lightroom.
Okay. Oh, in the Photoshop. Okay.
Just for grins. All right. Oh, yeah, it's a little guy, huh? So I'm just gonna bring it up a little bit. And let's move you guys over here. Just duplicate this and let's just do filter camera raw and you guys around again. Let's see here. All right, so here's the filters. I mean the masks. I'm gonna try my own. Okay, so if I grab the mask, there should be a panel. I don't see it. Oh yeah, here, create new mask. Yeah, select subject, select sky, brush, linear, radiant, color, and luminance. Now in this, since I just want to do the lighter areas, the luminance might make sense. You know, and let's just see how it's affecting it. Yeah, I think we need to kick it. Let's see if we bring it over to just the highlights. Let's see if that's going to work. Yeah, okay. You see it's affecting everywhere. So
Yeah.
so what you can do is, let's say we just want to take the highlights down a little bit. Somewhere like that. Maybe take the whites down. I'm just looking in the area I want to work on, which is here. Okay. So I can do that and then see where they have it on this one, but you can add or subtract from that. So I want to subtract because I don't want all the rest of this around, right? So I can do it with a brush, just get a really big brush. Let's just take the flow way up. And let's just get rid of that all up here. And then let's get a smaller brush here, something like that. So it's kind of nice that you can, you know, pick something like luminance and then just with add or subtract, you can get rid of it in areas you don't want it, like that. Then you can control a little better. It's spilling down here, so I think we're gonna get it out of here a little bit. Let me take the flow down so I can just kind of tickle it in there. Okay. Now, you can turn around and add, say I wanted to add it to these clouds up here. I could just bring it up a little bit. Flow back up.
It makes a big difference when you know what you're doing.
Well, take the tour and then play around with it. You know,
You notice
if you make a
that?
copy, it's non-destructive. And I'll send you guys some links. I haven't watched them yet. I got to do it. I'm just playing around, but I've got to get serious and see how these things all interact. But to me, it seems pretty intuitive. But I've been doing all different kinds of programs for years, so it kind of just isn't that hard to pick up. But at least you know, that'll give you an idea of before and after. So that helps out. a
Oh,
little
yeah, yeah, it does, yeah.
bit. Okay.
Yeah, it really made a difference. It makes it look more realistic.
Good one.
Yeah. There you
Now you don't have to do anything, Alan.
go. There you go.
You remind me of Tom Sawyer.
Yes, yes. Good one.
Hate that fence.
Good one.
Okay, well, let's hide Photoshop and go to the next one.
Well, the next one's a bit of a,
Ooh,
Interesting. Wow.
yeah, I don't know if I really like this or not, to be honest with you. So
Psychedelic cactus.
this is what I remember. I don't know if you remember the trees, right? This is the
Yeah.
same, this is the same kind of technique applied to the cactus as what I did with the trees. And so what it is about 3 or 4 different shots around the same cactus in this case, and then all blended together. And then you run it through topaz here and there, and this is what you get.
Here and there.
it looks like a collage. It's really
Well, it kind of is a collage, isn't it? So it's not.
so interesting and it's so multi-dimensional.
So it's not as, I don't like this. And when I look at the ones I've did on the trees, I really like the trees. They came out really nice. But this one, I'm not so sure about. So anyway, I thought I'd throw it in there and just get you guys' opinion, just to see what you think.
I like it.
You like it? Good.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, it's colorful, and you've probably never seen prickly pear like this before.
Yeah.
Well, you normally don't see that shade of purple lavender with that shade of yellow. It's jarring, but in a good way.
Mhm.
It's very unique and extremely creative.
And I thought the tree trunk on the left was a little bit too prominent. But I like the branches in the background,
Mhm.
part of it. But the tree, I was feeling I was going to try and tone that down a bit. So,
If you have it on different layers, you can certainly, you know, tickle this back and forth here.
yeah,
You know, that would be.
and this particular one's all in the one layer now because it's all. Put
Oh,
together.
because you took it into topaz, yeah. Yeah. Gotcha.
But it's certainly colorful. So it's,
Well, in that case, you could just pick a color and brush it in there, kind of subdue it that way, you know. So let's get a brush, and I gotta keep moving, you guys, because you're over my layer palette here. All right, so I opened a new layer, and maybe we can pick like this blue here, and maybe take it down to, oh, I don't know, maybe 15, 17%, something like that. And just kind of down a bit.
and I'll show you that.
Oh, yeah.
See,
Okay.
yeah, that might be all it needs.
Yeah, I don't think it needs much. Yeah.
Yeah, And then you want to do it in here too, you could just
Yes, yeah.
pick a lighter color and just kind of lighten that up a little bit. Do the same thing. Kind of blend it out. Catch the edge a little more so it's not as prominent, but you still have a little bit. So you could do it that way.
Right.
You know, and then you could also take this and try different blending modes too. So see what works the best.
I must admit, I really like these blending modes.
Yeah, they're pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There.
yeah, overlay
That's kinda
kind of darkens it a little too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can play around. Actually, that might work. You know, and then you can take the opacity down too. So there's a lot of ways to tweak it
Yes.
once you have it. Now, if the opacity doesn't work, where's the other slider here? Yeah, here's the fill. Okay, some blend modes, the fill changes, and the opacity doesn't. See, now this one, the fill percentage is what works. So,
Well,
but going back, I almost think normal probably would have worked fine.
right.
Okay.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah.
Well, Alan, I'm sitting here looking at this and I see all kinds of faces in those cactus.
Oh, there.
You ought to look at it. There's a devil in the bottom, kind of middle left, and it's kind of purpley behind him. There's a guy with kind of a fat face going into the tree. There's another devil underneath him. I mean, there's all these faces
Devils.
and animals inside of this.
Oh,
You could go in and kind of like maybe highlight them a little bit. I think it's just amazing.
oh, thank you. Like, yeah, it's definitely one for discussion.
Mhm.
Yep. All right.
Good. Thanks.
Did someone want to say something? Nope. Okay.
So this is over that Canoa Lake again. When I was walking around there was quite a few artists out painting away. And this is a long shot, 600 mil lens across the lake. And this guy was painting away and added the one of the Impressionists effects from Topaz to it, just to get a nice kind of, I don't know, kind of looks French actually, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that works out. Nice.
I like the orange shirt and the blue apron and just now I had to add I took some of the grass from the left-hand side and moved it over, or from the right-hand side, move it over to the left because there was a pathway right behind them there. It didn't look right. So,
Oh, yeah.
Well done.
oh, thanks.
I like the effect you put on it. It just really gives it a nice mood.
It's I'm trying to think of the right word here, but it's appropriate for what he's doing, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely appropriate for subject matter. Nice.
Well, he's a plein air painter.
There you go. I was trying to come up with that word.
Yeah, painting outside.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know. I liked it. I like the way it just looks. Even the little easel and the canvas looks really cool.
Mhm.
It almost looks like you staged it, but yet there's a spontaneity to it, especially with the grass. I like the grass.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, anyway, that's this Topaz program is just amazing what it can bring out on the images. It's just
Mhm. Mhm.
Agreed. It really opens up a lot of avenues.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's a close-up.
Yeah.
well, this guy I was out a walk the other morning and he kind of ran by, so I ran in and got the camera and chased after him.
Oh.
It's amazing you caught up with him.
Yeah.
He was out hunting, and he had a little standoff with a little cactus wren. And this little cactus wren wasn't going anywhere. It was pretty amazing.
Oh, that's
Anyway,
fun.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
So I changed, because that's a brick wall behind them. So I kind of just changed that a little bit just to make it a little bit more interesting, because it had a white concrete join going through his head there. So,
Oh,
but yeah, his beak looks like it's made of steel, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Probably is.
Yeah, lizard terminator.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great shot.
very nice.
Thank you. I was a little disappointed at the, because I was trying to mask it out and I was losing some of the effect of his little feathers, you know, coming out of the beak. Throwing the
Yeah.
detail there. I wasn't quite sure what was going on there. I tried it in a couple of different things and I wasn't quite successful with it. It's not too bad, I don't think.
no, that's great. You don't often see a good photo that clear of a headshot of a roadrunner.
True.
They're usually moving.
Or yelling at you. Thanks, Alan.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, guys.
Okay, Kim.
All right. I'm channeling Steve.
So Steve, by the way, is taking some time off. So yeah, in a few weeks we probably won't see him, but I'm sure he'll appreciate this.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Where are you, Steve? Help. It's too bad he's not here. I think.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
bummed
Yeah.
out.
I'll tell him he's gonna have to watch the replay.
Yes.
You can just hear
That's hilarious.
you.
Several years ago, we took a trip to with a tour group to Paris, and one of the side trips was out into the Loire Valley. Go to some of the castles and everything out in that area. And so the first couple of pictures they're gargoyles.
Oh.
And then what I did, because the background, you know, they're on a building and the background's just kind of building, just brown and ugly. I took it into Topaz and then masked the gargoyle and then put a texture on it.
Oh.
And I just came upon this particular texture and it just fit her just right.
Oh, it's perfect.
Light him up. Yeah. I don't know if this dark on the bottom's doing it any justice. Maybe.
Okay, well, because of where the lightning bolt was going, I kept debating
Yeah.
whether to cut that out or leave it there, because
Mhm.
that's part of the texture.
Right. Now, what do you guys think?
I mean, just crop the bottom a little bit.
Yeah, just try it.
Yeah, because well, I don't know. She's kind of suspended.
Mhm.
I don't know. You could try it.
Yeah, either that or crop this off so it doesn't
Crop the top.
look like it's in the sky.
Uh-huh.
This is your ground area here with the trees, and then you're going up into
Yeah.
the sky. That might be another option.
Maybe drop the intensity of the background down a little bit.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah.
You mean the opacity or the intent, the white?
Yeah, you know how you can control how much of the background you've got. So
Right.
that might be something to try. I don't know.
By the way, you can change and resize those interactively, I believe,
Uh-huh.
if you ever want to get rid of that. still keep this relatively
Okay.
where it is.
Yeah.
Just make it bigger. Okay.
And another one, a much older and crumpled looking gargoyle.
Mhm.
And again, this is actually a texture that I've asked him and then applied a texture. And it kind of makes him look like he's coming out of the walls of this tunnel.
Mhm.
Yeah. Huh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Perhaps a vignette would
Cool.
add to that,
A vignette, okay.
to the dimension of that. You work in Luminar, I believe, right? Kim, you work in Luminar?
I usually Topaz most of the
Oh,
time. I
Topaz.
do have Luminar, but I don't use it
Okay,
very often.
either one of them.
That's all right.
Yeah, I'm in Luminar now, but let's see here. Let's go to edit and down a vignette. I always open the advanced settings. First, I'll usually take it pretty dark to see what it does, and then I'll change the size. And
Okay.
there I can play with the roundness and the feathering. And then Luminar also has this inner light, which is kind of interesting sometimes. But yeah, you could probably even do something like that and change your feathering a bit. And then maybe back it off a little bit. Maybe something like that.
Yeah.
And adjust your inner light. Maybe not so bright. But yeah, something like that might work.
It gives it a little more depth or
Mhm.
dimension by doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that'll
Okay.
pull that tunnel effect a little more for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good one.
All right.
Okay.
Let's look at this next one here.
And this is just one of the other castles. I have no idea where. I'd have to go back in my files and look to know where this is, but I ran this into Topaz and I just used, it's a 1950s print as the filter that I applied to it. Cropped it way down to get out some of the building, both top and bottom, just to focus on the two statues.
Mhm.
Did it add a lot of texture to the columns and stuff?
It did bring out, I mean, the texture's there, but it brought it out, yes.
That's nice.
Because it was a real bright day when we were there.
Yeah, of course, and you
Oh,
can't
yeah.
control the
Yeah.
light or the time you're there.
Yeah, it was April. It was around, this has been about 11 years ago, I think, April around Easter, so mid-April.
Mhm. Nice. I like how the texture comes out.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, texture's
That's very
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this is one of the villages we went through.
okay.
And I applied, this is charcoal sketchbook.
This is nice.
Really? Wow.
That's
And
Very
it really, because the sky was, I liked what it did to the sky along with the building. The sky was just kind of flat,
Hmm.
just blue and just flat. So it really gave, it just added that texture to the sky.
It looks more like a black and white
Uh-huh.
filter than a charcoal. It's very
Yeah.
interesting.
Nice one, Kim.
Yes.
Yeah, real good.
It's a nice shot too.
Yeah.
Lots to look at in this.
Mhm.
And
I
that
love
effect really makes it look old.
Mhm.
Yeah, it does give it
Yeah.
an antique look. I always love these flying buttresses.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The buildings are just also interesting, and it just, again, because of the lighting, this just makes it more interesting than what the original
Yeah.
picture looked like.
I can't
Yeah.
recall seeing other churches with these multiple peaks like that.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
There's all kind of different roof shapes here.
Mhm.
Mm.
Definitely.
Those extra peaks on the towers is unique.
And this spire here too. Interesting.
Hmm.
Very nice. Okay.
And then this is in Paris. This was actually across the street from the hotel we were staying out at. So I just went out one night. I wanted to try and get the cars going by, but also just this sign and building lit up this way. And I really didn't do much to this other than crop it a little bit, AI clear a little, though it didn't really have a whole lot of noise.
Mhm.
And just brought out the detail a little bit.
Has a nice atmosphere of night in Paris or some city.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like the motion streaks.
Yeah.
That's a little color.
Mhm. Very nice. Thanks. Okay. Wendell.
Oh, okay. Now, these are some I took just this weekend. Went up to the
Just three?
Pima County Courthouse. Yes, yeah, I only got
Okay.
three. I like,
Make sure I didn't lose any. Okay.
no, I'm out of time. Anyway, this is just pretty much a straight shot of the west side of the Pima County Courthouse and the area of the September 8th Memorial. You can see the two white spears at the bottom there.
Yeah.
That's part of
That's
the
new.
wall
I've
around those.
seen that, yeah.
But anyway, these are both done. I started out in Lightroom and then ended up doing some cleanup work in Photoshop. But I got into Lightroom and looked at that masking thing and had about 5 minutes of panic when I couldn't find the graduated filter.
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
But I did finally found it pretty well buried down in the masking tools. So that wasn't lost. I just took a while to find it. But anyway, I did try using the masking a little bit, but mostly the touch up I did in Photoshop, just using selection tools. This nothing unique about the processing on it, though, other than taking out some signs and things.
Was that building recently refurbished and redone?
Yes, in fact, just like a week or two ago, they opened it up. I guess they've taken all the government offices out, and now they have like a U of A minerals museum.
They moved the Mineral Museum over there.
Yeah, That's-
I had some friends from out of town, geez, several months back, and we went over to where it used to be. In the on campus in the observatory there, and it was gone. The big rocks were still there. They were still cleaning those, and they said it was going over here. So it's opened again.
Yeah, I didn't go to anything inside, but it was there. And then, like, one thing I want to see is the old courtroom where John Dillinger was arraigned or something.
Oh, yeah, that should be
But
nice.
that might produce some good pictures, but I didn't
Sure.
tackle it this time. I just took some of the September 8th Memorial, which I didn't put in this batch, but I did get some of those for black and white.
Oh, cool. Well, that's worth a trip downtown.
Yes, it would be, especially at the times they're open for the museum part too,
Mhm.
I think.
Oh,
But a beautiful building.
yeah, it is. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't tear it down. You know how so
Oh,
often
yeah.
that happens.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So,
I was in a jury one time in that building.
oh, you were? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm, 2 years ago. Oh, that's a nice shot.
Mhm.
I was looking for a little different view of it.
Mhm.
It's quite the roof, isn't it?
Well, that dome is beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. And the cactus, I had to come in quite a ways on it because there was a big steel collar around it and a cable brace holding it upright.
Oh,
But anyway, I had to crop in just to get that necklace out of the picture.
Mhm.
Anyway, just kind of showing Tucson, fancy building and saguaro cactus.
Yep, there you go. Well, the colors relate to the dome quite well.
mhm.
Yeah, they do it. I guess that dome is almost a turquoise, blue-green.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Cool.
anyway, that's
Yep.
okay. And this is just
Oh, yeah, beautiful.
walkway parallel to Church Street, I think it is.
Mhm.
This is just one that I liked, the pattern, the light colored columns on the left, the dark shaded ones on the right, and
Very
then the crisscross of the shadows and then the arched fancy, I'm not sure what they'd call that ceiling, kind of a sectional dome, I guess,
Mhm.
Yeah.
going down the line.
Yeah, it's some kind of vaulting. I can't remember what.
like
the color was.
cloisters or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, those shadows are wonderful.
Yeah, beautiful.
Mhm.
Very nice. Okay, well, thanks for sharing those. You guys interested, maybe, I'll send you some links first. I'm gonna borrow them from Al's class because he sent them out. I didn't attend that class on the new masking tools and how they work. And maybe
okay.
next week we can go through them a little bit. Would that help?
Good.
That would help.
All right, all right. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, let's go on to Maureen here.
Oh,
Oh,
I got out last weekend. They had a schooling show at the fairgrounds. And I just, it's so hard to take photographs in this area because it's so
Mhm.
dark and they're moving. And this one turned out pretty good. There's a fair amount of light there, kind of helped. And I just like, sort of like the last one you showed, I like the columns on the left that were kind of cantilevering towards
Mhm.
the writer. And then you have the jaggedy fence that's, not straight or
yeah.
anything right underneath something that's so formal and so straight. And the little girl had an interesting look on her face. I don't know whether she saw me taking the photo. I was quite a ways away or not, but kind of liked it. You can go on to the next one.
Mhm. Well, we're still on this one. Again, a vignette or some kind of directional gradient would definitely give you a little more depth here.
Yeah, probably. But I was taking it like you would take a horse show photograph,
Mhm.
and you don't usually do anything to them except crop them,
Right, right.
kind of basic adjustments.
Yeah,
I think having the second rider back there does give it quite a bit of depth.
mhm.
yeah, that helps.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
think so. Yeah, let's see here. Rather than trying to do it in this, I'm just gonna do.
Yeah,
it
and
in raw.
I was at 2.8, so it was gonna blur just to get enough light in.
Yeah, for sure. But go back and yeah, they put the linear down here inside the masking tools, man.
Yeah.
And they changed it up a bit, but it's kind of nice the way it shows you where it's going.
Mhm.
It's
Yes.
there. So
Now, where are you?
I'm in camera raw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And-
I like
and you
camera
choose
right.
here.
Oh, okay.
And then this masking ruby
Mhm.
that's there until you start making adjustments and then it disappears. So that's, they
Ah.
want to drop the exposure a little bit. Maybe just a little bit,
Mhm.
And then maybe I could push the highlights back a little bit and take the exposure down so it's not so muddy. Like that. And then here's where the new tools get really interesting. You've got this add and subtract here,
Mhm.
and they set them up like layers. And then you
Oh.
can turn it on and off so you can watch it.
Look at that.
But see, some of it's getting on the rider here, so you want to subtract that, right? So you take
Right.
that and you get a
She's
brush,
kind of disappearing.
you know, and then you just go and take it off the person.
Wow,
Yeah.
So it's pretty nice.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like that.
Thank you.
Mhm. And you've got auto mask. If you turn that on, it really is good on the edges. As long as you click inside where you want to paint,
Okay,
it'll keep it pretty nicely.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So here you can show your overlay. Yeah, you can see what you missed here too. So you can go back in there, get rid of it. And if you take your flow all the way up, then
Mhm.
you'll be sure to
Get
really
everything out.
get it all out. Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Oh, there was quite a bit on the horse's head.
yeah. So there you go.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate that.
And just turn it off so you can see what you got. And then you can tweak it a little further yet. If you come down to your controls here, and then again, maybe you might want to make it even a little darker. Now that you've got this person in control. The other cool thing is once you have that mask, you can click on that layer, okay? And
Do adjustments just on that.
yeah, but here, let's take the linear one. If you want to extend it out more, or move it, you can play with it. And the mask that's protecting the rider doesn't move with it.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
Really do
Oh,
some nice things.
wow.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
That is good to know.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I'll send you those links so you can watch it, then we can play around with it some more so we can get into some of the stuff.
Great.
Okay. All right, let's get back to the next one here.
How much does Photoshop pay you, Sandy?
I wish they would. I would
That'd
retain
be nice.
style.
This was just a lady out in the warm-up arena area. I think she probably had shown this horse earlier in the morning because it's definitely a halter horse. And I was just, I have a love for gray horses, and he was one of the few ones there. They didn't have many. It's unusual in a Arabian show, but this wasn't all Arabian. It was an open show. So I just tried to get his head. In all the photographs I took, he had his tongue in various positions showing. And I finally found this one, and I kind of like the owner's look.
Mhm.
She was looking at him kind of quizzically, and then she left shortly thereafter. I tried masking her out, but it just, the masking really wasn't that good around her. That window behind her is actually, I think it's probably the door into the arena. I tried taking that down. It bothers me.
Mhm.
I tried content aware fill. It tried, but it brought the horse's ear in there, which wasn't appropriate. And then I thought, well, you know what? This is just a casual photo. You're just out there trying to take photos. Don't get yourself all, spend too much time on this.
Yeah,
So
just a good old fashioned clone would be just fine. So,
yeah, that might work.
yeah. So basically I'd get one fairly big like that. Since this is out of focus, it's pretty easy to deal with, and kind of grab that and then take it down and line it up.
Mhm.
And then just start bringing it in.
Bring it down. Yeah. Oh, wow. You make that look so easy.
Yeah. And
That's such an improvement.
yeah,
Just,
and then
it
you
drove
just
me
add a
crazy.
mask and
Mhm.
take a brush and Get rid of what you don't want.
Clean it up, yeah.
Yeah,
What if you were to darken that whole background, so the horse kind of just,
yeah, you could do that too.
Well, yeah, I was gonna replace the background, but I didn't like the way it cut her hair out, and it
Yeah.
was being stupid, and I just didn't want to spend a lot of time. But it's funny, I posted it on Facebook and somebody tagged the owner, so it'll be interesting to see what she
Oh,
said.
my goodness.
Yeah. Okay. You guys back over. All righty.
This was
Oh,
just a
that's cute.
sweet moment between a mother and her little girl getting ready for her class. And I just thought it was precious.
Mhm.
I did vignette this one.
Yeah.
I think that's all I did.
Hmm.
Cropped it quite a bit because I was quite a ways away. So I guess street photography, these last two.
Yeah. Very nice.
Thanks. And you want to go to the next one? This was
Oh,
a spontaneous moment happened between this little girl and that precious horse, and I missed it. And her brother, I guess, or whoever was with her, somebody, I think there's a mother or a parent out further that said, go back, you know, and have her see the horse. So this wasn't nearly as cute as the one I missed, but it works. It was, this horse was so precious. Horses, for whatever reason, are fascinated with small humans, and usually very gentle, because he could bite her entire hand off if he
Oh,
wanted
sure.
to.
Easily.
It's kind of a dangerous thing to do, but luckily that was a very sweet horse.
Hmm.
And I had, oh yeah, I cropped quite a bit off of this.
Yeah, you could crop more, just clone that out,
Yeah.
or tone it down. Yeah, it just.
Because I had the full body of the horse, including the tail.
Uh-huh.
And there was, I just looked at his feet and they weren't trimmed right. And I thought, if I post this, I'm going to get all kinds of comments from people that I'm not owner, you know, yada, yada, yada. So I'm popping the
Why are
body
you
out.
doing that?
And I did put a focus blur on this
Uh-huh.
to really highlight the horse's nose and the baby's face.
Very nice.
Thanks. But I will recrop that one. Okay, here we're back again. I redid this for the millionth time and up the reflections.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's getting better.
Yeah, keep
I
working at it.
I think I'm done.
Yeah, no, I think this is definitely getting better.
And I missed the contest deadline that I was doing this for. So
Yeah, well,
Oh,
there's next year.
yeah, there you go.
right.
There's next year.
I would probably take some of this, so it looks like this is submerged.
Right.
Just bring a little bit more over there so it's not floating out.
I couldn't understand what you said.
The edge of this tire, I would probably just pull some of this background over it, so it's
Oh, okay.
like it's
All right.
going. Yeah.
A
kinda
little
like
too
this-
sharp.
Like this area here, yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's there. Okay, anybody else? Alrighty.
Very good. You're to be
I
commended.
just love it.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Maureen. Okay, Jim. You got bird.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Wow.
this is down at the pond. So I figure if Maureen can show all horses, I can show all birds, so.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
oh, I had the bus. I had
Yeah,
the
I
bus.
just didn't do too much here, but I just sharpened a little bit and took some branches out of there. So one problem always when you're shooting birds, a lot of times there are a lot of branches around in there.
Yeah,
They sometimes can help, but most of the time they're annoying, and so I just
Mhm.
removed them.
Great detail. Wow.
Is that a
Yeah.
lesser goldfinch, Jim?
That's a Lawrence, I believe it's a Lawrence's goldfinch.
Lawrence's goldfinch, okay.
Yeah.
Let
She's
your.
called James the Birdman of Alcatraz.
Yeah.
So is this your 2 to 600?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a nice crisp lens.
Mhm.
it is. I compared it to my 100 to 400. And I did a test in the living room with a little chart, and it's sharper than the 100 to 400. It's set at 400, so
Yeah,
I just keep
Wow.
using it.
yeah,
Nice.
it's an amazing lens.
Yeah,
Now, is that a Canon lens or are you
it's
shooting?
a
Canon?
Sony. It's a Sony
Sony.
lens.
Okay.
The 200 to 600 lenses, most people for, wildlife and birds and things like that, everybody says it's a pretty great lens.
Mhm. Nice reach.
Yeah. We can go on to the next one.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think I got two pictures of this bird. There's a sky replacement that I did on this because it was, the sky was Green Valley sky. And so this is a northern harrier hawk. He's hunting, he's down pretty low. And tried to catch him in the bank because there was a morning sun behind me.
Mhm.
And, as he banked up, then it kind of, illuminated the wings. The problem with shooting a lot of times flying birds is it's shadowy underneath the wing. This is kind of
Mhm.
nice because he was doing a left bank and
Mhm.
was able to catch him there.
Very
Now,
nice.
where did you get this?
This is also at the pond.
Really? I didn't know they were here.
I think all the pictures today are, well, yeah, he's there almost every morning.
Okay.
Maybe not every morning, but he's pretty. He or she is
Mhm.
pretty commonly seen there.
At what time?
Yeah, 10 o'clock's too late. You need to be there before 10.
All right.
Yeah, I got one at Whitewater Draw once.
Yes,
know they
yes,
were
I got some at Whitewater Draw too.
Nice photo, Jim.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, the lighting's
That's
wonderful.
excellent.
Wings.
And yeah, you can pop on to the next one, I
Good
guess.
sky selection on that too.
Mhm.
Yeah, I played with the sky because, well, if you want to go back for just a flash, the colors weren't right in the sky, and I wanted to see the colors on the back of the wing there.
Yep.
And then on the neck, I played with the sky to get some colors that would kind of go with that because originally it was just the colors didn't really fit. So
Mhm.
I tweaked
tied
it
in
quite a
nice.
bit, trying
Yeah.
to bring it up. So
I saw a kingfisher down there the other morning when I was there.
Wow.
Have you seen that?
I've not seen that particular kingfisher, but they're hard to catch when they're flying because they're so darn fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
I'll
They're
get
really
one going
fast.
at 200 miles an hour straight down.
Yeah. You can get a shot of him hitting the water, it'd be nice. So he's banking the other way, and again, that morning sun
That's
was
nice.
on his belly and under the
That's
wing.
nice.
And then I can't remember, but I think the background was blurred because that's quite a long distance. That's those hills in the distance to the west. And I think I masked this with the new masking tools, select subject and then blurred the background a little bit more. Just to get the bird,
Nice.
trying to get the bird to pop a little bit more. So I blurred it even more in the background.
Now, is that a motion blur or did you do a little painterly effect in there?
I think there's painterly in there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it really shows up nicely in here.
Nice catch light. too.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Just brings you right in.
Yeah, you're blending a lot better too
Yeah.
between your subject and background. It's working out nicely.
All right, we can pop on to the next one.
Ooh,
Oh.
stunning.
Yeah.
This
Wow.
guy was down the pond again, and he didn't land. He just flew by and flew away. He was quite a long distance away. So this is cropped way up, and then ultimately I just how did I change the background? I didn't substitute. I just think I think I took the slider. I don't really remember right now. I think exposure slider all the way to the left and blacks, and I don't remember exactly.
Mhm.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Very nice.
And what was your aperture on this picture?
Aperture would have been about 7.1, and when I shoot a white bird, I'm going to use exposure compensation of about a -2,
Mm,
Mhm. Thank you.
because otherwise you're going to lose those feather details that you want.
Right, yeah,
Minus 2/3 or minus 2 stops?
2 stops,
Yeah, wow.
a full 2 stops, because if I don't do that, you're just losing the detail in there.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that'll darken your background too.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
The feet, the feet are black, so they kind of disappear in there a little bit. I suppose I could do something to bring them out a little bit more, lighten them up a little bit, maybe. I don't know.
I don't think you need to, though. I like the way it
I
is.
don't think so. Maybe just get rid of that little halo there.
Okay,
Yeah, that'd be
a little
about it.
masking halo.
Yeah.
Also, the other wing, you can see the edge of it is not exactly tack sharp either.
Mm.
But right at this point, it's really blown up from what
Yeah.
it was, because he was a very long distance away.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
Cool.
Yeah, neat.
Yeah, and this is down in the Cienega, right by where Alan took that picture, and there's all these sparrows that hang out there, and there had been what they call a clay-colored sparrow there. And I thought that top one might be that, but I'm still not sure. But I did put a topaz on the background, and then amped up the yellows quite a bit just to kind of brighten that up. And then I erased the effect off of the birds, like Jim does a lot of times as well. So yeah, so that's what I ended up with. So I thought it made the background a little more interesting, because it is kind of a cluttered background.
mhm.
It almost feels like a Japanese print. Or some sort of Asian print.
Yeah, you've got a few you've done that tend to go that way. Maybe you ought to do a Japanese
Composition
series.
ones, okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Well, that worked out.
Yeah.
Good to see you back in class.
Yeah.
Missed you last week. All right, nice, thanks. Let's see. I've been just trying to get my head around all these images. I shot like 3 128 gig cards full, so.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Been honing down and working my way toward at least getting them in and getting a rough look. But I pulled the shoe for this week. Let me start here. We're gonna play in Venice this week. So there's the Grand Canal.
Oh,
Or not the Grand Canal. What's that?
That's neat.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Towards sunset, we're working our way back up toward the landing where the bus terminal is. So we grab our bus and head back out to where we're camped. So it was real nice toward the evening.
Beautiful shot.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just amazing.
that's one of the special effects, because it looks,
This one?
yes, like,
I took in an Illuminar and brought up the accent and some of the highlights and stuff, as well as just enhancing it a little bit. And then I came back into Luminar, into Lightroom and gradiated and played with the sky a little bit. And the sky was getting a little funky because this is an iPhone shot. And I was getting a little banding in here, so I blurred the sky down a bit.
There's a lot of people on that bridge.
Oh, yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And this is shooting
oh, yeah.
from St. Mark's Square when we're on the ferry going back and forth towards sunset.
So you're on a ferry taking this shot? Oh,
Yep. Yep.
Wow.
One of the things I got to work out though is when I start pushing things hard, I get these ghosty
Yeah.
light. The lights
Oh.
are dark. So I had to go back in and play around and figure out what's causing that.
It's usually too much detail, I found.
Yeah, detail or, yeah,
push the detail and that.
yeah, because I was trying to bring this up,
Frustrating.
the shadow detail up, and I think that may have caused it.
Mhm.
And, I'll see if I can mask that out. If I can't, I'll just clone it. And this was just a little north of St. Mark's Square, just walking along. All the gondolas were in for the day.
Is that like one vendor that all the
I don't know how they work
same
that.
color? Or
Yeah,
are they all the same color?
yeah, I don't know how they work that, but all the gondolas are pretty much the same kind of,
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they're individually owned or if companies own them and lease them out. I'm sure a little bit of both.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and the gondoliers.
That's fun.
Is he about to fall in?
Yeah, he's pretty agile. I was quite surprised how he was hopping around between people, and getting off there.
Now, was the water pretty clear there when you were there? I heard that during the pandemic.
No, it was clouding up again. Yeah. Yeah, there's the guys toward the end of the day, just kind of hanging out, see if anybody's gonna catch a last ride.
Mhm.
Street photography.
Yep, exactly.
Oh,
Uh,
Yeah, like they're little, almost look like barbershop poles.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Kind of the guy's shirt matches.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Then you've got the other, that post to the left has got the red and white. and Behind it's another
Yeah.
red and white. Interesting.
Sandy, what would you do with the guy behind there that?
Yeah, I'm
Sure.
thinking of maybe darkening him down or blurring him out a little bit or doing
Or
something.
could you clone him out?
I could.
Ooh, that would be a lot of work.
Boy, that'd be work,
Yeah.
I would think.
Or maybe just take his head out and leave the rest, because it could theoretically be
could.
over more. I think the big problem is the
Yeah.
head on his
Yeah, I
arm.
don't know what
Right.
is that his mask?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they usually do there when they're not wearing their mask. They put it on their arm. Yeah.
Oh, that's
What
it.
is his
the-
I thought
arm?
it was the
The older
Yeah.
guys up mask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's his
Oh.
mask. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah, they wear it on their arm. That seems to be a common thing there.
Huh. Gee, I'll have to remember that.
Yeah,
I'm forever forgetting mine.
yeah. I put it in my pocket, gets all crunched up, and then you got to readjust all the wires and everything.
Holy moly, okay, that's,
Yeah. And this is a mask maker.
Yeah.
wow.
A little more fun.
Yeah. Oh,
Cool.
did quite the inventory there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gee, that's-
So that was an iPhone shot too, I believe.
amazing with all the detail around. My eye went right straight to the man back there.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
the
I
only
did a little
thing
vignette
that's
to
not gold.
create that.
Yeah. I
which
guess that's,
helps. Yeah, I darkened the edges down a little bit to bring you into him. Then I got a few more of the door knockers. Check quite a
That's
few
wild.
knockers and handles and that sort of thing. I really like this one.
nice.
Yeah, this one was pretty weathered.
yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, this guy's kind of fun.
That's probably saying, don't knock.
Right. Yeah. I know the head of the snake almost looks like a friendly dolphin.
Yeah.
Oh, and I like the hand.
Yeah.
The hand's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I like the wear and the patina on it too. Yeah, it's just amazing the amount of handles and knockers and how different they were.
Mhm.
Oh, another hand.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wonder how old these are.
Yeah.
Medieval, I'm sure. Yeah, I think that's the last one. Let me double check here. Yeah. So,
Very nice.
thanks. All righty.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Stop sharing here.